Hi everybody, it's Dr. Bella, and today I have something I want to share with you. In 1989, I got very sick. I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia, osteoarthritis, interstitial cystitis, and Hashimoto's thyroiditis. To say I was overwhelmed and completely at a loss is an underestimation. I wasn't entirely sure what brought it on. I had cleared up my life as much as I could tell. I'd gotten out of a bad relationship and I'd started eating better, taking better care of myself. I'd even started detoxing. And then all of a sudden I was bombarded with all of these inflammatory things. And it got so bad that I was walking with a cane. Now I was only 28 years old at the time. And I was really pissed off, okay? Because at 28, I felt like I'd not even hit my 30 year where everything was supposed to be great in my life, and I had saw my world as healthy and vibrant, and I was definitely ready to embark in it, and I couldn't. I physically was exhausted. My body hurt all the time. I was constantly running to the bathroom, and I put on weight, and I couldn't figure out how to get it off. So what I did, of course, was I went to my doctor and I began talking to my doctor. And you know what my doctor told me? And some of you might know what this feels like. My doctor told me, there's nothing else we can do for you. You're going to be like this and just get used to being like this. You're going to take these medications for the rest of your life. And I just absolutely couldn't believe it. Because I would walk into a store and I would see someone who was 20 or 30 years my age, and they at least had the capacity to walk upright without a cane. I felt like my life had been robbed from me, and my doctors were not there to help. Now, I did not believe what they told me. In fact, I went home in tears, and I began to really think about what I could do to make this different. Because I knew that my body wasn't born ill, but many things had occurred in my body which had really torn me down. And I think I felt like my body was trying to respond, to tell me something, but I had no idea how to make her well. So what I started to do was just experiment. I'd already been certified through aerobics at the time. That was the big thing. And then I was certified as a personal trainer. And I had been a dancer for 10 years, okay? So I couldn't even believe that I was tight, stiff, in pain, couldn't moving and walking with a cane. I thought this doesn't happen to people that are healthy and take care of themselves, but it did. It did. It happened to me. So what I did is I started to take a look at some of the exercises that made me feel better and others that made me inflamed right away. And I started compiling just a small amount because I found like doing too much really made my body angry, and it was more tender to touch, and then I was more depressed, and it was an endless cycle. So what I'm going to share with you are just some very basic exercises. They look very simple. But now I want to tell you, it hurt for me to sit, it hurt for me to walk. I was mostly asleep most of the day. So anything could have been beneficial. What these exercises do, as I found, is they start to open the spaces that had the most pain. If you have fibromyalgia or you have arthritis, you have any inflammation in your body, the biggest muscles hurt first. And I had pain that would radiate from the side of my buttocks all the way down my legs to my knees. They were so sensitive. And it even hurt to put my heels on the floor. So what I would like for you to do, you don't need a yoga strap. You can take a blanket like this or a folded paper towel, and we're going to show you, or I'm going to show you how we're going to do this today exactly the way that I did it. And I will tell you, I started doing these exercises, and then I incorporated these exercises with healing dance movements, some of which you guys may already be seeing out there. And in 3 months' time, I was back on that stage and off of that cane. So you have a miracle inside of you. You just have to know how to access it, okay? All right, so we're gonna start. I'm gonna face you beginning. And in this position would have been horribly painful for me in the beginning. So what I did was I took a blanket like this and I put it underneath my feet, okay? I wanted my ankles to be very comfortable, and if it hurts to cross them, you can open them a little bit, okay? But ideally you want to work so that you're not crossing your ankles and you don't have any pain. You can, if you're really super tight, start to wad up the blanket a little bit and have a little extra support. With time, that will open. Now, another thing I want you to think of is when we're doing this, breath is very, very important. So we're going to be breathing in through the nose, out through the nose, but if at any time you feel like things are really tight, you're going to do more of a cleansing breath, which will be in through the nose and out through the mouth. So I'll demonstrate both breathing patterns. First, in through the nose, out through the nose. Okay, so you're going to open the hollow of the back of your mouth for an ujjayi breath, a big deep breath. You'll feel it all the way from the bottom here, all the way to the top, and exhale it all the way out, keeping the belly soft on the exhale, okay? Here we go. Inhale. Big deep breath, exhale. Now that's the one way to do it. The other way is the inhale and the exhale through the mouth. Inhale. And then exhale. And that's if things get really tense in your body. The reason I want you to breathe so deep is you're not just doing a stretch. You're actually manipulating, squeezing, and massaging organs inside of your body. You're stretching those muscles and you're conditioning ligaments and tendons in your body to make them so much more flexible. Give yourself time, be patient with yourself, but I can assure you if you do these simple exercises, it will deeply improve your life, okay? So the first one is simply to keep your back straight. My feet are uncrossed. Again, you may cross them if that feels more comfortable. Take your hands first to your knees and then take them on the floor. Now, this might be as far as you want to go. Where you want to feel this stretch is right in the hips here. If you want to go a little bit further, start to bend the elbows. You want to keep the sit bones on the floor. Okay, so if you can bend pretty far, do so, but don't let your rear end pop off the floor, okay? I can come down right now on my elbows. I would stay here and breathe. Big breaths. And each time, I might be able to get a little bit further. Eventually, you'll be able to put your forehead down onto your hands. One more breath. Now, slowly come up. I'm on carpet, so that makes it super wonderful. But notice I still, even then, had a blanket because I was super tender. Now, the sides of the back and the waist get super tight too. So we're going to just lean over toward the knee. Back is straight. And the same thing. Breathe in. Exhale and fold. Keep that opposite hip down. Be patient. Be loving. Tell yourself good things. That's very important to do. Inhale. Exhale. See if you can go a little bit further. Okay. And where you put your hands, I mean, you can, if you want to, you can really stretch them out, and I get an extra stretch all back here. Walk it up and go to the other direction. Breathe. You can probably feel you're really like expelling the air, and there's a deep massage happening right there in that liver organ. We're just putting a little compression on it. Breathing in. That's fresh oxygen, exhaling impurity. Good, then coming back to the center. Then we're going to do exactly the same thing with the other foot. Put it in front. And make sure your cushion is there so that you can kind of open those feet a little bit. Take a big breath in. Out. And let's walk it out now. I'm on my elbows. You can take your time. You can go further. You can stretch it out. Just play with this. Really listen to your body, okay? It's just a gentle opening, and you really want to give your body a lot of appreciation and love, okay? Because it's been tense and tight. So breathe out. Little steps can make big changes in your life. One more big breath. And we're going to walk it over to this side this time. I'm going to feel this is a little different because when your other leg is in front, you'll notice a deeper stretch on the other side. Breathe and reach. Again, you can stretch out the arms if you like to do that. Empty all the air out. And you can do that for several breaths. You can hold it for up to 15 seconds, but don't go past that yet, okay? And coming down over the other knee. For this, we're just doing 3 breaths, but you can go to 5 if you like. And then coming back to the center nice and slow. Take your time coming up. Good, good. I'm going to go ahead and take the blanket and move it. And one thing I want you to do right now is we've stretched that spot. So we want to take and circulate the chi. We want to just take our hands and just circulate. We're rubbing energy through the body. And this really does help, especially in those places that are real tight and tense. Okay? So I'm going to turn here, I think, well, we'll try it this way. I'm going to put one foot here. This is right underneath here. I'm going to take this hand to the outside of the foot. So it's baby toe, okay? This hand locks down and stretches me really tall. And then I'm going to push my heel out and rotate. Now, this might be it for you because the IT band is usually very, very tight. Good news is, when you do this exercise, it won't take long for the IT band to relax and for you to be able to fully extend. But do take your time. Keep your body lifted. I would rather see this bent and a straight back than to see stretched out and a hunched back, okay? So bring it in and push it out to your ability, and remember to breathe. One more breath. Very good. And release. We'll do the other side just to keep everything equal. This foot is now pulled up underneath. And we're going to reach over the opposite hand toward the pinky toe side of the foot. And we're going to stretch that across the body. So right out at an angle, okay? This part of the body is lifted. The hand is held to keep you strong. Lift up and see if you can push out. But listen, don't be upset if it's still way up here. This is still a very good stretch for you. Give yourself time. That's extremely important right now. Everything will loosen up and release in its time. These stretches will make it happen very fast too. One more breath. Good job. And exhale, and then bring it in. Great. Now with the same idea, I'm going to stretch this way here. I want you to take your leg. I've got my right leg out, but either one will be just fine. And we're going to take this foot and cross it over. So my knee's here, and I want to go, you can go lower, but don't put pressure on the knee, okay? What I want you to do is just start by sitting up very tall, pushing the heel out, and I want you to give yourself a big hug. So reach across and grab that knee and pull it into your body. And if you're doing this right, you're going to feel a nice stretch here and an openness here. No pain, no pressure in that lower back. It's all in bringing the knee in toward the body and letting it be nice and loose in the hip, okay? So just hold here. This is just really kind of just getting the body used to the idea that we might go into a deeper stretch and to let that release. Good. Now if you want to go a little bit deeper, you're going to take your hand back. Now notice that my spine is still very strong. And when I lift up, I'm going to raise my hands on the inhale. On the exhale, I'm going to push all of the air. I'm going to move my leg there. All the air out and twist on the exhale. Okay? Inhale up. Exhale all the way out. Tucking. And the elbow comes to the outside of the knee. And then I inhale. And I hold that position. My hand holds this position here. If you want to look over your shoulder, you can. If that hurts your neck, just stay right here, okay? Keep those deep breaths going. Because we're really massaging the internal organs right now. And remember that you want that knee to come in toward the body, so don't press against it. You want it to come in as much as it can. One more breath. And exhale. Okay, let's do the other side. Okay guys, now I'll turn around and go the other way so that you can see from this point. All right. So now this is my other leg stretched out. I'm going to take this leg again. This one's going a little higher of the knee, but you can take it down. Just don't put any pressure, okay? The foot is flexed and the spine is very straight. And so we're going to wrap our arm. We're going to wrap our arm around our leg and give ourselves a great big hug right here, okay? Just pull it in. That might be as much of a stretch as you want to feel right here. You should not feel it in your back. You just want to feel it in your hips right here. Okay, breathe in and exhale. Breathe in and exhale. One more. Exhale. Now if you want to go a little deeper, you take that hand behind you that keeps you nice and strong. Remember, you're going to inhale and exhale, push all the air out before you twist. And you're going to wring out the, in this case, it'll be the liver, the other side's the spleen. Okay, so arm up, inhale, exhale. Now press the knee in towards your body. You want to just use that, okay? And both directions. I'm going to turn slightly behind me. Again, if this hurts your neck, there's no worry. Just keep your head where it feels best for now, okay? Keep breathing. Remember, you're flushing out toxins from your body, and you want to regenerate brand new cells, and they need oxygen to do that. One more. Okay, great. Now we're going to take that foot inside the thigh. Now when I first started doing this, it was really hard for me. So again, you don't need a strap. You can grab a blanket, a pillowcase, a towel, anything you want. You want to keep that foot flexed, nice and strong. This knee is at like a 90. If I look at this from hip to knee here, it's at a 90 degrees, so I'm not popped open and not too closed off. Definitely I like to lean forward a little bit and get everything squared away. Wrap that around your foot, okay? And you're gonna bend your elbows and take yourself down just to where you can feel a good stretch, all right? Inhale. Keep the back flat and lean forward with the chest, okay? Exhaling and holding, not holding the breath. Inhale. Exhale. If you could fold a little deeper, do so, but don't curve the back. Stay where you're at. Inhale. Exhale. If you can go just a touch deeper, do so. If you can't, stay where you're at. It's completely fine. And then inhale up. Release the blanket or the towel or the pillowcase, and then reach the other leg. Okay, I'm going to turn around just so you can see her. A lot of flipping around. Okay, so that foot is on the inside of the thigh. And I just like to pop up, so I'm sitting right on the sit bones, okay? Lasso around your foot, which you can't see anymore. There it is. Okay, keep it nice and flexed. Remember, it's your chest that comes towards your knee. You don't want to fold your back, so not your forehead. Lean with your chest. Inhale, exhale, bend the elbows and bring it down to where you can. Stay and breathe. Exhale, if you can go a little further, do so. Stay and breathe. One more breath. Exhale, down, release. And now I'm going to come up on the inhale and release the foot. Okay. Now for this position, now that we've stretched all this, I noticed that my hip flexors would be pretty tender. So now we're going to go into a mini cobra stretch. Okay? So we're going to come onto our knees and we're going to come down onto our bellies. Now for me, this stretch is going to stretch out the hip flexors, and we're going to be super duper gentle. So your elbows are underneath your shoulders, your hands are wide. You don't have to keep your feet together. You don't have to do that. What you want to do is you just want to pull up a little bit, like you're going to drag your hands back, stretch open your chest, and now lift the kneecaps by making the legs really straight and pointing the toes. Okay, that's going to take the pressure out of your lower back. Let's take a couple of deep breaths just in this position. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And come down onto the forehead. Relax the feet, relax the legs. Turn your head to one side for just a minute. Take a breath. And then to the other side to release the neck. Take a breath. And release. Good. Now we're going to come back into all fours. So what I want you to do is take your hands back toward the chest line, not way up here. You want it back so that you can take your elbows, tuck them in, and use your triceps, use your belly, use your whole body, push up, and come right onto tabletop position. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to take this leg and move it forward. Now don't worry if you can't get it through there, you can use your hands as an assistant there. So shift your weight, step through. Okay, again, shift your weight, step through. If you need to hold, drag it through there, with that you can. Now push the hips down without the knee going over the ankle. All right, and don't put your hands on the knee, you want it on the thigh. This is a very royal type posture. You want to lift the chest, open it up fully here, and feel that stretch in the hip flexor on that back leg. You can go down just a little bit more, but literally my hands are free here. That's all open, there's no pressure. One more breath. And release. Put both hands down. Now take both hands on the inside. So I've got both hands on the inside, and I'm going to take that foot and just wrap it back around. Okay? Do we see how I did that? All right, let's step through the other leg. There we go. So now from this position, you get to see also that my knee and my ankle are in alignment with each other, and I'm pushing the hip down. Okay? Just like that. Hands are in this position, I'm lifting the chest. I feel like you really open your heart right there. Two more deep breaths. Last one. This one is amazing. Takes out so much of pain and stress in the front of the body there. And then exhale. Both hands come down. I'm going to take this hand on the inside and wrap the leg back around. Okay. Well done. Let's now do some circular movements for the chest. So if you want to sit in this position and it feels okay, you can. Some of the other ideas is that you can place this also underneath the buttocks, onto the tops of the feet, and that can make it even more comfortable for you. If not, you can sit in a chair, or you can sit cross-legged on the floor. Okay, but for this instance, I'm going to do this from the knees, and we're going to start to open up the spine a little bit. So first you want to inhale and lift your chest out, and then close in and take the belly in and let it all, like you're expelling all the gas out. Inhale, exhale, slow and gentle, and rock that pelvis under just a little bit on the exhale. Inhale, exhale. Okay, now let's do a circle. So start front, move to the side, rotate to the back, inhale, circle. Now don't worry about doing it perfect. All you're doing is opening the spine. Exhaling back. You can exhale through the mouth. I like doing that. Inhale. Exhale back. Inhale. Exhale around. And pause here. We don't want to do too many this way. And go the other side. Exhale. Inhale. Going around. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more or two more. Let's go two. Exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Now go ahead and put your arms up and put your fingers together this way. And we're going to rotate very gently to the side. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. This is very gentle. Inhale. Exhale. And don't worry if you can't go all the way. Exhale. Inhale. Let's see if you can put your hands here if this feels okay. Inhale. Just a gentle twist. Last one, and relax. Good. Now let's go a little bit deeper. So if you can sit down in this space, now we're going to really keep these locked down, and we're going to make the circle a little smaller, but it's still front and around, okay? So hands are now on the knees. We'll start front, side, back, side. You'll feel that in the back there. Inhale, exhale, inhale. Smooth it out. One more. Let's come to the front and the other side. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Everybody's doing really good. Just be very patient. Around. One more time. And exhale. Now take your hands behind you. Clasp your fingers if you can. I don't want you to worry about how high you can lift your arms. I just want you to open up these spots that get real tender when you have fibromyalgia or other tissue issues. So you're going to stretch your arms down, stretch them down, and then lift your chest up. Did you see how I did that? Let's do it again. I grab my hands, and if you can't do that, you can also reach for a strap or a towel and stretch up this way, okay? But for now, we're going to take our hands and we're just going to practice on reaching down, pressing the scapula together, inhaling and opening the heart as much as you can. You can let your chin lift a little and breathe. One more, breathe. Exhale, release, shake it out. Okay. The last couple of ones are for your upper body. And so we're going to take this arm. When I first started doing it, I was pretty tight. So this is how I'm going to show this to you. Put your hand on your opposite shoulder and just press gently where you want to feel the stretches right here. Now, if you don't feel a stretch there, straighten the arm. And my hand is below the elbow. So not up here, not on it. below the elbow, and I'm pulling it in toward my body. You should definitely feel that. Let's breathe. And release. Other side, we're going to start here first because it's all a progression. Gently press on that arm to see if you get any stretch up in here. If not, we're going to go down below the elbow, hook it, and straighten that arm and bring it in towards you. Okay. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And the last two things I'm going to show you are just circles to open up the neck. The neck gets real tender. Remember to massage. In fact, just remember to grab a hold anytime during the day. Reach behind and just stretch open those centers of your neck down to the bottom. Let them hang. Hold on to it and just massage. Anytime during the day. This is so good for you. Okay? So having done that, we're going to circle the neck. Now, when you do it, I want you to think of your chin going to your chest, and then you're rotating your ear towards your shoulder, okay? And then you're going to look up slightly. Your ear will come to your shoulder, and now your chin will go to your chest, okay? So let's do that together. Ear to shoulder, inhale. Drink up the oxygen, exhale, chin to chest. Let's do it 2 more times. Inhale around. Exhale, chin to chest. 1 more, inhale. Exhale, we're gonna pause here and reverse. So it's ear to shoulder. Looking up, exhaling, chin to chest, ear to shoulder, inhale up, exhale, should feel so good, and around, and down, and 1 more, round, and down. Good. And the very last thing we're going to do is we're going to take our hands and we're going to circle our hands. I want you to imagine that your hands are inside a jar and that you're going to just wipe the jar clean. In, flip the hand over, and this is going to help so much with pain in the wrists, pain in the fingers, in the forearms, and it really is just fantastic for overall keeping this part of your body graceful, flexible, and very strong. Okay, let's reverse it. So in to out, flip it over, breathing, good, keep going. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect, you're just working on the mobility, just opening up a little bit more every single time. 1 more. Fantastic. Just a little stretch. Nothing too much. Little stretch. Good. Little stretch here. Little stretch here. Fantastic. Okay. These were just a few of the wonderful exercises that I decided to do on my journey. And I hope that they will be as fulfilling and gentle and open you and to help release pain as they did for me. Go slow, go gentle. I can assure you, don't give up on yourself. You have inside of you miraculous abilities to heal yourself. Just tap in. Okay, this is Dr. Bella J. Michaels saying thank you for joining me, and I can't wait to see you again.